What's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you for a Shirt Rip Sunday, Week 11 style. It'll be Bills-Browns in Detroit at 1 o'clock. This video brought to you by our friends at Cooperstown Connection. Make sure you stop by and grab all of your NFL apparel, from great shirts to quarter zips, hooded sweatshirts, memorabilia, and more, all at Cooperstown Connection. A very interesting game here, right? Because the Bills play the next two games in Detroit. It's only about a 39-minute flight, to get to Detroit. So the Bills will play at 1. They'll get done. They'll come right back, even though it's a short week to go back to Detroit. It's only, again, it's less than 40 minutes to get there via flight. So they'll come back and, prepare for the Lions back, at one Bills drive, and then head back out probably on Wednesday for the early 12:30 start on Thanksgiving against the Lions. But today is the focus. It's been a wild week with Buffalo, with some parts of Western New York getting over 6 feet of snow. A lot of people got a foot in some places. Others got 4. Others got 5, 5.5, 6. Hamburg got almost 7. That's just kind of how the bands work, right? With the lake effect and all the rest. But the Bills, different kind of preparation this week. They moved the game. Then they weren't sure if they were going to be able to get out of Buffalo. What I didn't understand was that you had this on the weather radar for about a week. You knew the storm was coming. Why not just, basically move the game, decide to move it if you're the NFL on Wednesday, and then, Bills and Browns can both get there, leave on Thursday before the storm. So that didn't really make a lot of sense to me, but here we are. The Bills did make it to Detroit. They touched down, and it's going to be a tough game against the Cleveland Browns. I mean, this is a Browns team that's still waiting to get Deshaun Watson back, but the reason is because of Nick Chubb. Nick Chubb is arguably the best running back in the NFL, and if we've seen anything from the Bills, they can't stop the run. We've seen that all season long, for the most part. They did slow down Derrick Henry, but ever since, Jones and Dillon had their way with the Packers. You had the Dalvin Cook big game last week with Minnesota and the 81-yard run. The Jets ran it down their throats. So the Bills have got to figure out a way to contain Nick Chubb, which is not going to be easy today because you don't have Tremaine Edmonds in there. No Greg Rousseau, no Trey White, no Tremaine Edmonds. So it'll be a challenging game. It'll be Matt Milano's going to have to step up. I mean, I'd love to see Ed Oliver make some plays on this defense, obviously. It's just been a ravaged defense with injuries all season long. We'll see Josh Allen has got to get his head out of, himself out of his own head with these terrible turnovers the last couple of weeks as well. That'll be something to watch. I do like the Bills in this game, but I think it's going to be a dogfight. I think it's going to be a really, really hard game because of the Cleveland running game. I'm going to take the Bills in this one. A little low scoring. 26-21 in this game. The Bills take care of business against the Browns, and boy, do the Bills need a win right now. I mean, they've fallen back now. Tennessee just beat Green Bay. Kansas City's now ahead of them. They're 0-2 in the division. There's so many layers to this thing where the Bills need wins. They got to start stacking some wins and making up for the losses to the Jets and the Vikings, a game that they had in the bag 27-10 at one point. So I'll go Bills today, 26-21. Josh Allen, I think, has a good game, a really good game, and doesn't turn it over. And they've got to know where Myles Garrett is at all times. The Browns have cornerstone players on both sides of the ball. You talk about Denzel Ward. You talk about Myles Garrett, one of the best edge rushers in the NFL. You talk about Nick Chubb. These guys are unbelievable foundational type players. So Allen's going to have to know where Myles Garrett is at all times. And the Bills are going to have to contain Nick Chubb to get things done. I do think the Bills are going to be able to run the ball a little bit today as well with Singletary. Get Nyheim Hines into it, right? I mean, my goodness, why did you get him?
Stand up now, come on and shout. Yeah, 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 yeah. Shout it right now, baby. Come on, come on. Come on and shout. Yeah. Buffalo's happening now. We're on the move now.
Maybe some screenplays and some runs get Nyheim Hines going. My goodness, the Bills dressed 5 running backs last week. Barely used any of them, and they abandoned the run. Maybe the Bills don't abandon the run. A little bit of a balanced offense, 26-21. And again, the number one key, Nick Chubb, contain him. The second big-time key, Josh Allen, don't turn the ball over the way you have the last 2 weeks. 26-21, Bills beat the Browns in Detroit. Enjoy the games.